What is up, Bus Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Busmaster. Let's get right into the news. Okay, so it looks like the Clawboss put out an update today, and I'm going to talk about that later, but first, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the situation regarding Clawboss and losing his job. So I'm looking at his channel right now, and it looks like about a month ago was when he got banned for making school bus videos, and I'll read the email that was given to him. Alright, so it all started out as a reply to a COVID testing email, because apparently he got COVID-19 shortly before this, but the email reads, "I also need to address some other issues. I had complaints coming from the school about your social media accounts, and they are not appropriate. While your time is your time, and as long as you are not actively telling your students to follow you, obviously that is your right. I will say it has brought the attention to the parents and the superintendent that there is concern over the content. Another complaint is that you do not wear a mask properly. So since you have announced on your social media account you have COVID and all the students are talking about it, make sure you have your mask properly secured over your mouth and nose while students are on board. I know they will be watching you." And then the email goes on to say, "Also, the video you make cannot be done on bus companies' buses and or property/school property. Since these videos are for public watching and monetary gain, unfortunately we cannot allow it to continue using our equipment." So it goes from you can do this to you cannot do this on the bus at all. And then next thing you know, he got fired. And I just want to say, before I dive into any other videos, I only just started recently watching the Clawboss, and that's because I recently got a job with First Student in my area, and the person I talked to on the phone asked me if I knew about Clawboss, and I said, I heard about him, but I'm not subscribed to him. I am subscribed to him now, and his situation is similar to mine back in 2016 when I was still a senior in high school and I got banned for making videos on the bus. He also talks about the fact that he never once told students to follow him, and, well, in my first student training, there was a section on that. You cannot you cannot social network with students, period. It is strictly prohibited, and it makes you look weird. In fact, it could make you look worse than weird if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, we're moving on to a few more videos. So after the No More School Bus videos was put out, then it was the school district fired me because of my school bus videos. Karen got me fired. I'm officially fired as a school bus driver, I think. I filed for unemployment, then this happened, blah, blah, blah. I'm upset about losing my school bus driver job. Not the reason you think. And diving into it a little bit deeper, so he talked about the fact that, he could be fired for any reason, even if it's the color of your t-shirt, which I agree with him. That is a ridiculous reason. The whole hire at will, fire at will thing. You can be fired for any reason or for no reason, even the most ridiculous reason ever. And the reason why he was upset about losing his bus driver job is simply because, he had to go to the ends of the earth to find out that he was fired. Because when he filed for unemployment, that proved that he was fired, and it was the same day he was issued the warning about the school bus videos. Now, a couple of other key details you guys should know is that his bus company had a contract with the school district, so it was the school district specifically that fired him. And so his boss was trying to find him another school district that would accept him to drive buses, meaning he was fired by the school district but not by the bus company. But because the bus company could not find him a new school district to work for, they had to let him go. They had no other choice, which is unfortunate. Then there's also what's next after being fired as a school bus driver. He moved on to a limo bus, which I think is really cool. I would have chosen a motor coach like a Van Hool, so a company that has a Van Hool C2045 or something like that. But that's not a bad alternative. And then we have the reason I'm not going back to driving school buses. Wouldn't blame you if I were in your exact same situation. I wouldn't want to be a school bus driver anymore either. Anywhere. Period. And then, bum bum bum, I finally found out why I was fired as a school bus driver. So we're going to talk about this a little bit more in detail than the other videos. Alright, now I should mention something that I didn't mention before. So, in this video, he talks about the fact that he had to find out from one of his coworkers that he was fired, and, well, that was confusing to him. It would be confusing to me too if I were in his exact shoes. It really shouldn't be any of the coworkers' business. Very weird, you know. I originally thought that it was a form of workplace harassment, not the case. Apparently this happens in all kinds of jobs worldwide. But frankly, you know, it should be only the business of the employee and their boss or supervisor. But anyway, moving on. So the reason why Clawboss lost his job as a school bus driver is because apparently some parents reported his content. It could have been on any social media account he has, so not just YouTube. And he claims that he did not use foul language in his YouTube videos up until just recently, because the videos where he's frustrated, he's sworn. But, I mean, I wouldn't blame him. I would have done the exact same thing, because that is very, very frustrating. And despite the swearing, I think Clawboss is handling the situation very well. Not many people take losing a job all that well. And, you know, those that don't, well, it's very frustrating and it can be hard to find a new job. So, yep, he basically said right at the end of this video that the Karen got me fired video, which was done on private property that he owns, got him fired. So it wasn't even a video done on school property or on a school bus, his own private property, which, I mean, he was within his rights to make that video. It was freedom of speech, and he still got fired. That is the definition of corruption, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's corrupt that stuff like this has happened to him, and to even other bus drivers, too. I mean, Dylan Rathan got banned for making bus videos a few years ago. His videos were awesome. So, yeah, I mean, it's happened to a lot of school bus drivers that have posted videos of their buses to YouTube. I don't know if it's happened to Bus Driver 139. I mean, I used to watch his videos back in the day, but it could have. I mean, it's been years since I've watched his videos, and he hasn't been on YouTube for several years. But enough about that. So we have a community post from Mr. Clawboss himself today that reads, "Bada bing, bada boom, told y'all I was wrongfully terminated." And the message reads, "You are hereby notified that based upon the facts obtained and in accordance with the New Jersey Unemployment Compensation Law, the deputy named below has determined that you are eligible for benefits from August 15th, 2021. You were discharged for posting inappropriate content on public social media. Your employer did not provide a definite social media policy that shows misconduct connected to the work. Your actions do not constitute a willful and deliberate disregard of the standards of behavior your employer had a right to expect. Therefore, your discharge was not for misconduct conducted within the work. You are eligible for benefits." So there you guys have it. Clawboss was unfairly fired as a school bus driver, and I agree. I also talked to somebody in the school bus community about this. He agrees as well. It's just a bad situation to be in. I mean, you know, like I said, it's corrupt. Very unfortunate. Alright guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up with the Clawboss situation. Now I'm going to talk about my school bus driver job and videos that I plan to make. So, if you guys are wondering, am I going to make school bus videos as a school bus driver? The short answer to that, and I've already answered this before in a previous video, no. And that's because, you know, I just got this job. I love it so much. I don't want to lose it. So if I'm going to make videos, I want to get past my 90-day probationary period first. And then I want to get permission from the bus barn before I do anything that could potentially cost me my job. And one last thing I'll point out, guys. So a few students on his bus were like, "You're Clawboss, you're Clawboss." And he acknowledged that, and then he was like, "Shh." Because, you know, obviously, he never told anyone to follow him, as I've mentioned earlier. So he was doing everything within his rights, and nothing was against the rules. Thankfully, I have not had anybody on my bus say, "Oh, hey, you're Busmaster 99, you're Busmaster 99. So I haven't had a problem with that. If somebody asks, "Are you Busmaster 99? I'm probably just going to lie and say no, because, you know, I just don't want a chance breaking a rule because, well, I don't think that counts. I mean, I'm not saying, hey, follow me, Busmaster99 at YouTube. Lastly, I'll note that if I do ever make videos, it will be with permission, like I said, but I will never, ever film with kids on the bus or while I'm driving the bus. It will only be when the bus is secured and when I'm doing like a pre-trip or something, showing under the hood, you name it, whatever. I mean, I can do that. I'm not going to video driving the bus, period. So my bus is a 2016 Thomas Safety Liner C2. And if you're wondering if it has air brakes, unfortunately it does not. It has hydraulic brakes. Some of the buses there have hydraulic brakes but an air parking brake. Those are all wheelchair lift buses. Hopefully I can get into one of those buses in the future because, hey, an air parking brake is nice, even with hydraulic main brakes. But right now I have hydraulic main brakes and a foot parking brake, which I must say, that is kind of sketchy in a school bus. But anyway, guys, brakes aside, that bus is amazing. I love my bus. It handles like a dream. It has plenty of power. That Cummins 6.7 is no joke. The B6.7 is probably the godfather of all school bus engines. Yes, it's even better than the Max Force DT. The Max Force DT sounds great, but the power just does not compare to the Cummins. And sometimes you don't want that loudness, and so the Cummins has good refinement and it's quiet, and it's clean burning diesel too. Lastly, I'll point out that my C2 handles better than any CE training bus that I've driven. So there you guys have it. I see no future. All right, let me know what you guys think of the school bus community news videos. If you like them, leave a thumbs up. Tell me if you guys want to see any more of these kinds of videos. Let me know what channels you want me to check out or subscribe to do community news on in the comments below. Thank you and have a great day.